Hello, everyone. Good morning. Thanks for joining the session. In this session, we will discuss about the new tools in ArcGIS Pro, a comprehensive overview about 2025. So if I just go back to the history and legacy of history and ArcGIS, we all are accustomed with this logo since long. ArcMap, ArcCatalog, ArcScene, ArcGlobe, we are using these terms and this software since long. But with times, ArcMap has entered to the maturity stage in 1st March 2024, and the maturity stage will last till 2020 28th February 2026. And the current version of the desktop product is ArcGIS Pro, and this will be the future versions of desktop softwares for GIS. All the desktop tools, all the desktop functionality for the development, new tools will be available with ArcGIS Pro. And if I just go by the history of ArcGIS Pro, it has started its journey in 2026, and currently the new version is 3.6, which was launched in the last November 2025. So, what's ArcGIS Pro? How it is different than ArcMap? I would like to give just a bit intro, and then I will move further to what are the new tools. So, it's a 64-bit multi-threaded system with a simplified user interface where we can combine 2D and 3D in one go. In earlier days, we used to use ArcMap for 2D and ArcScene for 3D, but in ArcGIS Pro, we can combine the 2D and 3D experience in one go, and that gives a unique flavor. You can handle multiple maps, multiple layouts in this. This is also an advantage. In ArcMap, we can only handle one map, and that's why we were used to with these terms map package when we share. But here the advantage is we can handle multiple maps, multiple layouts in one go. And since we can handle multiple maps, so we term it as one project, and we can share as a project package. So that's one advantage. That's a very big advantage. When we're working on one project with multiple maps, you can handle in single go with ArcGIS Pro. And all the analysis tools which were present in ArcMap, those are present in ArcPro. And at the same time, new tools, new development has been done to this desktop software. With a simple search and query, you can just learn them all, explore them all. So what is ArcGIS Pro? ArcGIS Pro is the desktop version where we can create, edit, analyze, manage geospatial data, and we can share our work, our analysis through ArcGIS Pro in ArcGIS Online and ArcGIS Enterprise portal. So this is the desktop version which provides us the flavor where we can work in a desktop environment with our data, and with spatial data, with temporal data, we can do a lots of analysis in this platform. So what's exactly new which come in the last 1 year with ArcGIS Pro? All the legacy users who are using ArcMap, we all know there used to be 3 basic versions of ArcMap named ArcMap Basic, ArcMap Standard, and ArcMap Advanced. Currently, the names of the ArcGIS Pro are bind with named user, and those are named as Creator, Professional, and Professional Plus. So all the functionality of desktop basics are with the Creator license. There you can create maps, share maps, perform the basic spatial analysis. You can access the ready-to-use data. You can manage the members and everything. With the professional license, you can have all the flavors of creators. With that, you can also perform advanced editing, data management. And with the professional plus license, you can conduct comprehensive analysis that scales big data. And you can also have a end-to-end AI-based workflow. Now I would like to discuss one by one what are the new features which has come with our desktop softwares which we can use in our daily activity, in our daily analysis. And one of them is mapping terrain, managing risks with geomorpho landform features. By ingesting different kinds of DEM, we can do this kind of analysis to have an understanding about the whole rugged terrain. And this is one of the things which can give us an idea about where are the disaster prone zones, where are the hazard prone zones. And this is very unique tool for disaster management, for terrain management and everything. So let's have a dive into a demo. We will go to the toolbox for geomorpho landforms and we will ingest the DEM data. Here I am using allos pulsar DEM. So I named it as landform allos, and the output geoforming rasters has been created. Uh, it will take a basic time for processing and will give you the outputs of the 10 different geomorphons criteria over the platforms. You can have a look in the symbology with the symbology what are the 10 landforms which are there. And the same way I'm also performing with the SRTM data, so it's not any kind of data dependent. If it's a any kind of DEM, you can explore with that and you can have different kinds of geomorphin features on the top of this. These geomorphin features helps us to understand the terrain, understand the slopes, and also understands where is the differences, where are the hazard prone zones, and that helps us for disaster management. In ArcGIS Pro, with the new functionality, we can handle multidimensional time series data in a much better way. So what exactly we are what exactly I'm trying to mean by better way, it's like not only the multidimensional data analysis, but also the concept of space-time cube can be managed in a better, efficient way. And also we can forecast the data in the same platform. So this is a space-time cube data where temporal data is stored with different locations. If I just explore the attribute tables of word boundary, you can have an idea about the word names. And at the same time, if I just explore the data attribute table, you will have an idea about the word names. So the same word names are there. And also with the data attribute table, you will have different kinds of temporal data like temperature, mean, max, rainfall data. Then you will have the water users data, total population data. These data are stored in a time series manner with each spatial locations. Now we will create space-time cubes for different locations. For that, we load the data formats. Just give a time, and the output will come as net CDF. Let me load one by one. We are taking 1 year as a time steps. So we take 1 year, and then we will take what are the parameters which we like to analysis. So I'm taking temperature, max, mean, rainfall, and populations here. And also with that, we will take the temporal trend to do the analysis. I'm selecting temporal trend for all the basic data variables. I run the analysis and then it has created a space-time cube. Let's explore that space-time cube result in a local scene. Each of these cubes is having the locational data as well as the temporal data. So this is a data of 2016. If I click on the next space tube, this is a data of 2017. And not only we can manage the space-time cube data in a better way, but also we can do the forecasting with this data. And that gives us a lot of edge when we are working with ArcGIS Pro. Also with ArcGIS Pro, when we work in different kinds of pane, in the last release, that gives us a power to create custom panes to work efficiently within the same desktops. So if we just guide you to the what exactly the usefulness will happen if I have a custom panes, we can go to the edits, we select the attributes, and then we can go to the view. And if you click on the pane settings, you will have default panes, which are obviously theirs. And also there is a concept of new. So if you click on the new, you can name as per your choice. And then next time when we'll use that, you can just select that same pane and this will highlight these zones. This will help you when you are editing a large area. These custom panes will help you to edit and manage the data in a better way. The next one is metadata editor. This is also a very impactful and useful tools which comes with ArcGIS Pro. So not only you can have the data, but also you can ingest the metadata and you can also edit the metadata. So it ultimately helps you to enrich the data to a level when you are using it or you are creating a data bank in the later stage. These metadata will have a larger impact in your analysis. In ArcGIS Pro recent version, we are also having error inspector, where in the geodatabase topology, topology corrections we are doing since long. So what exactly new which is coming? In earlier days, we can only rule one filter. We can only use one filter as a rule. But in the current softwares, we can use multiple rules for filtering, and which helps to perform the topology in a better way to refine the data and also provides the productivity and quality of the error corrections. We are having flood simulation tools with the ArcGIS Pro. So flood simulation tools is not new to ArcGIS Pro. So what's new in the current versions? History has introduced the concept of sink area. So if I take any area, let it be rural, let it be urban, in every segments, we are having some kind of sink area. What I exactly mean by sink area? It can be a pond, it can be a canal or something where water is being traditionally stored. So when I'm doing the flood simulation, that's not the flooded zone. But if I am not mentioning that area or marking that area as sink area, then in my flood simulation tool, it will showcase the water will come and accumulate there. So let's have a clearer picture. So when I'm performing the analysis without the sink area, the water is exactly accumulating around the central part. Just have a look. The water will accumulate in the central part of this urban scape. But in the later stage, when I'm marking the sink area, the software will understand, okay, this is the area where probably within an urban scape, a water body can be there, a pumping station can be there, so that even if water accumulates there, there is a system where water can be eradicated from there. So that zones will not be flooded anymore. So this concept of sink area has been introduced with the softwares, which will um, which will help the planners to plan it in a better way, which will help the administrator to manage the city in a better way or in a rural area in a efficient way. The next one is about the enhancement in the editing workflow. Now you can edit not only just by the spatial locations, but also we can edit by vertices and nodes. So precise editing by maintaining the topology is very possible, which helps you to ensure the quality and which also helps you for workflow efficiency. Let's take a deep down to the demo. So in the demo, mm, just give me a moment. I hope it's running. Yes. So in the demo, I'm zooming to a particular portions where the network is there of railway line. And then I'm going to the editor selections where vertices are noted there, and I'm exactly clicking out the symbology types. And then all the symbology types which were not selected, and if I click OK, that will be highlighted with the zones. And now you can edit it in a better way. So now, according to vertices and nodes with the symbology pattern, you can manage and edit the data in a much more efficient and much more systematic manner. The next one is Kogo reader. So Kogo is an integral part of our JS system since long. Then what's new? Now the Kogo can read the ORC thing. So if within a document there are location which are mentioned, there are lat longs which are mentioned, there are measurement which are mentioned. Now ArcGIS Pro can read those with the Kogo readers. Let's have a demo on that line. So you can go to the Kogo inspector or Kogo reader, and then you can load the land date. With that land date, with the ORC reading capability, uh, ArcGIS Pro will read the lat longs as well as the measurement. And if you click on the right in the right hand side, it will exactly give you the spatiality of the lines which are mentioned or the measurement which are mentioned in the deeds or the documents that you are giving. So I can zoom in and I can start to set that area within my map. You can set start, and then one by one you can click on the direction things and then just click add to maps. That spatial things will be added to the maps. So the good part is a document of land record or a cadastral uh, document can easily be transformed to the geospatial journey, to the geospatial world, which will not only help to find the land parcels, but also for the government uh, to provide us a very efficient way to manage the land records and to maintain the documents around it. The next one is waste collection solver. All of us who live in an urban setting, we all know uh, it's a great pain for the municipalities to collect all the garbages in a daily manners, and obviously inefficient management can lead to different kinds of problems within our urbanscape. ArcGIS Pro provides a great edge for the municipality to manage it in a better way. So what it did, what it perform is it segments all the houses and all the collection points. Then just by putting how many vehicles will be used and where the dumping ground will be, it creates the own route plan that how the waste can be collected in the best efficient manner and how it can be dumped to the exact dumping ground. So let's have a demo around it. So the waste collection solver is a unique way through which we can manage it. So so these are the polygons of the houses, and these are the collection points, or you can say these are the main doors of the buildings where the garbage will be collected. Then we are mapping to the dumping yard. So this is the dumping yard, which is a bit far from the main city center, which is very common for every city. So this is a bit far from the city center. And then we will manage it that how using the network analysis tools of waste collections, we can provide municipal solutions to the municipality for management of better waste collections. We are putting the locations of waste collections, which are the basically main door points. And on the top of that, we are giving us the input locations of dumping yards, like from where the car will start its journey and where the car will end its journey. After putting the like the collection points and the dumping ground, then we are just putting the information so that how many routes will be there. So we are assuming there will be 10 routes through which, and we are putting a date. This will be the start time, and max total times is 600 hours we are considering. And then if you run these tools, this will give you the exact results that how uh, within this max total times this 10 flipped can cover the whole area and can give us a results. So these are the, in the right hand side you can have an idea that okay, these are the 10 routes which have been provided, and if you zoom into each route, in each segment it has mentioned what should be the first age through which the car should travel, then what should be the second age, then what should be the third age. So exact driving routes will be provided through these tools, and then this can be then this planning has to be done probably once in a month or once in a year, and then this can be circulated to the waste collection drivers or waste collection like the persons who are collecting the waste for the municipalities. And not only that, it also gives you so directions for movement, and you can ultimately print it in a report format, because when you think about urban management, when we think about municipality management, printable reports are important. So after the waste collection management uh, applications, we can also export the data to PDFs, and we can provide that to the person who are exactly working in the ground. So this is the unique tools which provides a great aid to the municipal body to manage the whole area in the best possible manner. Then uh, we can perform spatial definition query. So obviously definition query was old one. We are using it since long. Then what's new which has come up? So in this demo, you can have an idea that this is a map of earthquake which is there, and it has been symbolized according to the magnitude. Now we'll mark to a specific zone. Like I don't need the whole earthquake data. I am mapping for a Caribbean island area. So that's my polygon, that's my AOI. And now I will run the definition query where I will put this as a clause of spatial area, and only this data will be visible or will be provided to us. So you don't need to clip the data just by a definition query. You can keep the whole data, but this will be visible, and on the top of this then you can convert this data probably in web application, probably in PDFs, probably in printable format or anything. Symbology in the histograms are obviously since old things we are using. There are new functionalities being added, which will be very useful for all the statisticians, all the geographers who are playing with the data, playing with the histograms to understand how the data is behaving within a nature. So what exactly I'm trying to mean? This is a data of Iceland country, where now currently this data is being classified to 7 classes. Now I'm trying to convert this to a histogram. So this is a histogram. Now what exactly we can do it? We can zoom in to the symbology level to understand what is the spatial distribution of it. Then also over the symbology, we can change the class to have a understanding, okay, how will be the nature if I am changing something. And also we can change the bins over the symbology. So you don't need to go for you don't need to change the classes to change the histogram. Rather, you can change directly the histogram to have an understanding about the distribution of the data and how spatially a data is distributed over the area. These exact tools will be helpful to understand the spatiality and distribution of the data, which helps the statistician or the data engineers to understand the condition of the data. Then one of the important tool and one of very important features of Pro, which has been introduced with ArcGIS Enterprise, is in the previous days, if I want to share my data to the enterprise, I only can share that in a feature layer, in a web map or something. But currently, with the advancement of Pro, we can share the whole project package in the enterprise. So it can help us to also create a data bank of the project package. So you can share that, you can keep that, and you can also share within your organizations with some groups, and also you can download it. And how this will be helpful, this same project package can be useful not only in your office desktop but also in your home desktop. You can have an understanding about when the data has been last edited and when it has been updated, and post the editing you can also update the data to the project package again. So this provides you a continuous format where not only you can manage the whole data in a better way, but also it gives you a way where a whole team can work in different maps within a single project and can perform the analysis for a single project for a better way. Also, with the current ArcGIS Pro system, it supports Perquate and NoSQL as a database. So it gives us a better data management facilities with that. This is also one of the very unique and very useful tool to estimate time to event. So when we think about any kind of analysis where any engineering buildings or bridges are there and that's old and that's under maintenance, so there can be multiple factors which are responsible for the uh, for any kind of event, for any kind of mishap to happen. So if we want to model that, when some kind of mishap may happen if we are not maintaining that properly, and not only, so I will showcase that for a bridge, but it's not only for bridge, but also if you go to any of the old city of India, there are houses where municipality marks as these are fragile houses, these are dangerous houses, this can fall in any time. So with these kind of tools, we can manage and we can predict a time when an event can happen. So let's take a look into this. So this is a data of bridges all over the USA. We will go to the spatial statistics toolbox, and within the spatial statistics toolbox, we will go for estimate time to event tools, where we will load this data, where we'll provide the age of the like we will give the age of the buildings, age of the bridges as a parameters, and also the parameters which are associated with the attributes to have an understanding when any event can happen. And with these things, the specialty provides that the darker colors are more prone to collapse. And also you can have understanding what is the current condition. And if we don't take care of any of the urban structure, then when it can collapse. So these kind of tools can be helpful for the authorities to manage any infrastructure in the better way. This can be helpful for any kind of municipality to manage its urban scape in a better way. And this can predict the event, and probably with a timely manner, we can also uh, delay that event if we maintain that in a proper way. So these tools give us the edge to do those kind of analysis. Then within the geoprocessing window, within the attribute tables, we used to do the field calculator in even in ArcMap, even in the earlier version of Arc Pro. But currently, this is give us a new flavor to calculate the fields. So if I just want to calculate the or apply the field calculator, here we just need to click which column I want to calculate, and then you need to click on the calculate button. There you can just put the what kind of calculations, what kind of things you can have, and we have Python, ArcGIS, SQL, three kind of things, anything you can explore, and then you can just click on the calculate button and the field calculator will provide you the data. You can save it. You can again perform. So this is a new tool, new way of doing the analysis which has come up, which provides you on the fly things, which helps you to do analysis in a better way to have a quick results. This is a very important things. We are in an era where drone is very common, lidar is very common. But when we collect the data, not only 2D but in 3D, using drone or lidar, uh, many times we got this thing that if I zoom into a certain level, it doesn't give me a clear picture. So Gaussian splat layers is a tool which can provide you that technology through which you can convert this problem to a better imagery format. And currently, this tool is available with Pro with reality mappers. And in the future days, this will be this data can also be shared in enterprise and ArcGIS Online, so that we can access it throughout the organization. So let's have a demo on that and how this quality is better. You can have an idea. So in the far right, it's point cloud. The center one is mesh, and the left one is Gaussian splat. So if I just zoom into any part of the data, the point cloud is in a scattered way. The better one is mesh, so I'm eradicating the point cloud. So even if now you compare, you will have an idea that how good is the image quality when it's with the Gaussian splat. So I have a group of images. I applied Gaussian splat. It took a time to process. Now, if you just again the data is same point cloud, mesh, and Gaussian splat. Now you just look into the each panels, then you will have the idea how Gaussian splat is providing you a better image quality uh, using the same images but with the analytical tools. So this helps you to provide better spatial resolution images to manage the things in a better way. Then with the current version of ArcGIS Pro, you can also do 3D roof editing using the stereo images. So multi-patch or 3D object features editing in the stereo is possible with this. And this exactly helps the user to eliminate the need of third-party softwares. You can do it just within the Pro by extrude roof to ground, create the waterways in 3D models, modify existing shapes, and this helps you to convert the 2D data into the 3D scapes. With the current versions of ArcGIS Pro, Esri has redesigned its model builder to a great level. We all are used to with the model builder thing since our ArcMap days. Currently, Esri has done phenomenal things, and they have color coded the data, the tools in a better way. And also when it is active, it is providing us some kind of color coding, and when it is done, then it is providing some kind of color coding. If it is failing, some kind of color coding. So let's have an idea what exactly it is providing. So the top one is about ArcGIS Pro 3.5, which is just one version older, and the below one is about the ArcGIS with is available with the ArcGIS Pro 3.6. It's for the same kind of models, but the modeling style has been improved and it has been managed with a better way. So now these are the tools of buffer summary within, which are in gray because they are not active. Now these two are my data formats of trees and roads. Now I will link the road data for creation of buffer, and when I'm just linking that, the buffer will be highlighted with some other colors. So if a tool is not in work, then it's gray. When it is working, then it is in yellow. And then you can create the groups and you can prioritize which part should run first. So the buffer is creating in the first way, and then it is coming to the second group, and the second level of analysis is going on. So the structured analysis is being managed in a better way with this. The visualization is different, but this doesn't mean that all the old model builders we can't work with the newer version. You can easily ingest those model builders and you can work those with, and you can convert those with the new enhanced toolbox. So if you are having the older model builders of ArcMap, ArcGIS Pro with the older versions, you can easily ingest with the newer versions. And also within the newer version, when you are ingesting, that this structured processing will be available with the users, and that will help the users uh, for the running any kind of tools or running any kind of automations around it. Then when we are using a multi-continental data, then we all know that the time zone is different. But if I'm working with a space-time cube where the data is not in a common time zones, then how I can do analysis? Let's assume uh, in the current conditions of air pollutions around Delhi, if I just want to have an idea from the concept of space-time cubes, that what is the conditions of the air quality around uh, Indian subcontinent with our neighboring countries, then the time zones will be different. So how we can do that? We will just give examples. And ArcGIS Pro is providing the toolbox where you can create a common time zones to do the analysis of space-time cube for any analysis. So in the picture currently, you can have an idea that, okay, uh, all the areas within the same things are having different time zones. Like in Campo and in the time zones is different. So we put the similar time zones uh, tool over the uh, whole spatial locations, and this helps to convert those into one singular into one single scales of time zones. And then you can also export that in PDF, or you can use in pop-ups, or you can put that in the attribute tables in the calendars, and you can use it for further level of analysis. So different time scale zones can be mapped using a single time zones. That time data can be converted and then some kind of analysis can be done. If I take an Indian subcontinent examples, if I just want to have an idea about probably floods around West Bengal, Bangladesh, and Tripura and Northeast. So these kind of analysis where the flood gauge data comes in each 6 hours. So these kind of tools can be helpful when if we are planning for a subcontinental planning or something, or we are running some subcontinental analysis. Suitability model analysis is also one of the key component of ArcGIS Pro. This gives us the flavor. But let's assume I am working on the same area, but working with different two models of suitability. Now I'm having two models of suitability. These two are giving me the results of suitability analysis. But currently I want to compare between two, and I want to understand what is the relationship between these two kind of models, so that we can have an idea that does my suitability is providing a positive results or negative results? Is it a true expression or not? So within the suitability modeler pane, there is a concept of model comparison. And there I have exactly gave two models, one of the singles signal strength base and one of the signal strength greater signals. With these two models, we run the tool of comparison, and with this hotspot analysis, we can exactly have the idea where in both the case the suitability is high. Then this deep green exactly giving us the idea where in both the case the suitability is high. The orange shade is giving us the idea where the first parameter is with medium, but the second parameter is high. Then the green shade, the lighter green shade is giving us where both the parameters are medium, and accordingly these things. So suitability modeler does not only giving the users to create suitability of one particular things depending on multiple criteria based, but also after the analysis it gives us the power to compare between two suitability models of the same spatial locations to have an understanding between the relationship between those two and the spatial distributions of those things between those two. In the ArcGIS Pro 3.6, the current version, we also have the power of base map of Google photorealistic base maps. We can add that and access that with ArcGIS online setup. So this is the normal base maps of World Street Map, which is available with ArcMap also. It's one of the legacy base maps which ISRI is providing to its users. And if we just go to the base maps option, then within the base map options, we all will get the 3D base maps of Google photorealistic base maps. Now I'm clicking on this. So this is an example of this. And in the right hand corner, notifications come up. So this is the space around Odisha, where it is providing as a features of a 3D things. And on the top of this base map only, we can also perform spatial analysis like line of sight or something to have an understanding about the spatiality. So Google photorealistic base map we can use with the platform, and also we can run the analysis, exploratory analysis, or some kind of analysis on the top of this. Then this was one of the legacy problems for all the GIS community, that when we are converting KML to any of the GIS format, any of the GIS system, the attribute tables around the KML is not exactly intact in a manner. This problem was flagged to the history community since long, and as a response to this, with the current version, ArcGIS Pro have these features to convert the KMLs into geodatabase, and you can directly convert that and create that in KML with the KML to layer options, and that can be converted to the geodatabase. The KML can be converted to the geodatabase settings. With the ArcGIS Pro software from the current version, the users will also get the software announcement whenever they are opening this. That software announcement can be the deprecation notice of the current versions, any kind of display logic which is coming, or update relation information. New version has come up, you can update this. So these kind of notifications will come, and which will be helpful for the users. If we just look to the imagery as a scape, then 5 exciting features which are there with the ArcGIS Pro softwares. It's review and change the samples for GeoAI models. Then we can do analysis with the hyperspectral data for signature view. Also, we can exactly examine the target detection wizard within the hyperspectral imagery. Then we can generate the metadata, and also image navigation directional sequential. Let's have a view on each setting. So it helps us to improve the AI inputs. So it is detecting palm, but in the attribute list is giving it pending. So you can just change to approve. So it takes the right signature. With the hyperspectral data, you can have the spectral signature things, and that helps you for different kinds of analysis and understanding. You can take the RGB things, you can change the exact symbology of things. With the target detection wizard, you can also change the threshold level to exactly have a to exactly identify what kind of things that you want to like get from the hyperspectral images. So the target detection wizards is helpful for that. We can generate metadata around that thing. So it's not only the metadata in the 2D level, but also that this metadata is about the 3D level, where we are exactly giving the static sensor key from which time this has been captured, what is the images, and currently this data will be stored with the locations. With detection and sequential view, we can also navigate within our image. That helps us a real power, that helps the users, that provides the users a real power when they are moving within a scape. It gives a complete view for the oriented imagery, which helps the user to do different kinds of analysis around it. Then when we talk about Geo AI, history is working really hard with this domain. And currently we are providing 100 plus pre-trained models with the current versions to the users. And there are different kinds of models which are there. With the current eminent, like notable, like things which we can mention is like we have explainable AI with the great cam thing, where the results also provides the text to explain the things. Then we compute the accuracy for the pixel classifications. That is possible with the current version. Then tensor board integrations to train deep learning tools with the tensor wizard, that is there. So this kind of GeoAI things is available with the users, and that provides a lot of power to the users for their analysis. Now, generative AI is everywhere. So why not with GIS? When we think about providing some kind of prompts to get some kind of results, uh, GIS and ISRI also have something for that. With ArcGIS Pro, this gives us a tool of AI assistant where you can just put what exactly you are looking for, and according to that, the map will respond and provide you the results. Let's have a look to that. So this is a map of Maharashtra. In the right side of AI assistants, I'm providing a query that I want to have according to the forest density to have 5 classes, and I want to have that in the blue color. With this kind of text-based prompt, this software will analyze its data by its own and will provide us the response. Just wait for a minute so that it is analyzing and it is giving us the results the way we are looking for. So it gives us a symbology based output with that. And not only the prompt can be only in English, but also the similar kind of prompt can also be in Hindi, where we're asking the maps to perform population based analysis, and we want that to have in blue color for the 5 zones. In the same way how it has performed over Maharashtra, it has performed over Delhi also. And we are not only limited to Hindi and English, but also I would like to give you an example with one of our local language of Odia. And it's not like it is only limited to Odia. You can explore with the other Indian local languages also. And according to the forest cover percentage, we have asked the software to provide me the symbology classifications in 5 classes. And don't think this is only limited to the symbology. If you want to play with the attribute tables, with the analysis, you can also do this. This is the AI assistant features which are available, which is game changing. You don't need to think about how you need to perform it. The software will do it by its own.